Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea, but that doesn't matter. This is Kelly Clarkson.
Hello.
How are you guys doing? Doing good? All
Good.
right.
They're like, better now. We're starting.
Yeah. You excited to hear this? It's amazing. I already had a chance to hear it, so hello.
Hello.
I was going to ask you how you do it all, but I saw you chugging coffee backstage.
Yeah.
So that's...
I would not get near my mouth. It smells. Yeah.
Congratulations on the album.
Thank you. Thank you.
Exciting. This is
I'm
exciting.
super happy. Yeah.
So this is an album you said you always wanted to make.
Since I was a kid, yeah.
What?
Well, you'll hear like all the influences you can tell are, 90s kind of R&B or even like if Aretha, oh yes, or even like Craig at Atlantic and I, we were going through and kind of A&Ring the record, and I was like, and he agreed about making like a record like Aretha Franklin would make right now. So it's very sassy. It's very kind of ballsy. It's nice. Yeah.
Are those the people that inspired you the most growing up?
Yeah. Oh God, Aretha, Annie, Mariah, Whitney, and Vogue. I mean, a lot of people, honestly. Like, I loved country music as well. I loved Rosemary Clooney. I loved a lot of stuff. But I definitely, anytime I sang anywhere when I was a kid, it was always the soulful stuff.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, and that's the stuff that's so fun to sing along to as well.
Honestly, it's so that my singers that perform with me, and they're all over this record. They're the background singers on this record, and they're amazing. And they've worked with me for years. And they're like, it's so funny. This is like finally your personality and like your innate like singer is coming like to fruition on this album. So.
Yeah, because now this is your first album that you're not with the label
Idol.
that you were with for a long time.
Yeah, I just got out of my Idol deal.
Yeah. So that's a long deal. I mean,
I have 4 children. It took me 4 children, a marriage. No kidding. And then I finally got out. No, I will say we were very successful together, so it's not like I'm poo-pooing on that or anything. But, they didn't pick me and I didn't pick them, so it was an arranged marriage. So we obviously were successful, but I was pretty ready to go.
Yeah.
Like a few records ago.
So does that mean that you didn't?
It's like
No kidding. Does that mean that you wouldn't have enjoyed making those records, or that it just wasn't?
I mean, I made the best of every situation. Like,
Sure.
I mean, there's a lot of compromise. That's not unique. Every artist has to do that. But it was just a tremendous amount a lot of times, or just absurd asks that, or will, basically sit on your record. Like, it was just like a lot of absurdity, or not even that, just disrespect kind of happening.
Really?
So, and I never really knew. Honestly, now I'm a little more mad about it because now I didn't know. It's like when you're in an abusive relationship, you have no idea until you get out and you're like, oh, like so people aren't mean all the time.
Right.
You're like, oh, they like actually love what you do.
Right.
Yeah. So it wasn't everybody that I worked with, but it was a lot of the big dogs, So it was nice. Like when I met Craig and Julie that run Atlantic Records, it's the most respectful, loving, just cool environment, just fun, creative environment, which is what it should be. So, yeah.
So you said this album was one that you make when you've lived.
Yeah, if I would have made, as anxious as I was to make this kind of record, like right off of Idol, I'm glad I didn't really. So I'm thankful for the ride because these songs, like you have to have lived a little. You can't. It would just be annoying if some 20-year-old came out with it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're like, really?
Yeah, what do you know about that?
This has been so hard. Yeah. Yeah. And so, you're always so dramatic when you're young. But, yeah, no, I love where I'm at in my life. I love that I'm super happy now. And, like, it bleeds through this record like that.
Yeah, you can really tell.
But it's still feisty.
Yeah, a lot of fights.
Yeah, I was kind of built for that. Like, just to sing that. So even if I'm really happy, I like singing about
It's a fun record because it's got that like woman power. It's got that snap.
Yes.
It's got it all,
Yes.
How happy you are. Like life looks good.
My life is awesome. Like I almost feel bad.
That's
like,
great.
Yeah, that's why we really do try to help other people because I feel like I've manifested really well.
Yes.
And it's I'm in love. I have great healthy children and I'm really blessed. So
your husband is right over there.
He is right over there.
Did you meet him in the biz?
No, I thought you were going to say like something else. No, we did. Yes, he was working with Rascal Flatts at the time, and I was singing with them on an award show. Well, we met, and then we didn't like see each other forever, and then we ran into each other again. But yeah.
Has he seen From Justin to Kelly?
No, because he loves me. And all that love me do not watch it.
Do you ever go back and look at because I was watching
I've seen it once.
Really?
And I had to. It was the premiere. The premiere. I don't know.
People went to that. No, people went to the premiere From Justin to Kelly.
I did. I had to. Yes, but and my friends did, and got very tipsy and made fun of me.
So you obviously have your family with you when you're on the road. The kids come too.
Yes.
And I was going to ask what makes you feel at home when you're on the road, but I guess you just bring everybody with you. We do.
I do travel with a village. But, I mean, I think I've just heard about a lot of kids that have grown up with parents in the limelight, and the one thing is I have the financial ability to do that. So then you're almost like a super crappy human when you choose not to take them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not, like, you have the means and you have the capability. So, like, why do you leave them at home? It's, like, kind of mean. And I like to see that. I like putting them to bed. We have our routines, and I mean, you only get them so long at this little age where they even like you.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we have a 10 and 16-year-old that now one likes YouTube and one is in love with horses. So we're like, they only like you so long. You should hold on to it.
I actually had an audience question that has to kind of do with your daughter. How old is your daughter now, River Rose?
The oldest? 3.
So 3. Okay.
3-nager.
And then how old are your other kids?
16, 10, 3, and 1.
Okay, so you already have a 16-year-old. Is the 16-year-old a girl?
Yes, she's solid, though. You'd think I'd be worried because, hormones, but no.
Okay.
She's great.
Well, this question
lucked out.
This one, I don't know who this came from, but go, woo, if it was from you. Kelly, when your daughter turns 16, what will be one piece of advice that you'll share with her? Because I have a niece here today who's celebrating her sweet 16.
Okay, I don't know that I should say what I would really say. I'm a very honest mother. I am very adamant. Okay, like, I'll just say what I did with our 16-year-old. Her mother's the same way, which I love. Like, we're very honest with her. Like, girls get boy crazy. I am from the South, y'all. People like to drink and do some other things in the South. It's just when they get old enough, and especially they get now, and I feel old, but like now in school, like she'll start asking me questions about things that make me sweat. Because I'm like, one, she's not my daughter. I'm like, what am I allowed? Like, luckily her mom's similar in the sense that we're both very open. But I literally, you're going to think I'm weird.
No.
But I literally, she was talking about some kids, being very promiscuous in her school, and like all these girls, and they just talking in, and I'm like, hey, to each his own, but let me just represent one thing to you. And I pulled out my phone, and I just started showing her gonorrhea, herpes. I went through every STD I could find, and I was like, that doesn't look fun, does it? I didn't think so. It's a little, everything isn't cured with a cream. So, yeah. So I was very, very blunt with her because I think you need to be because,
yes.
And then pregnancy, I'm like, oh, girl, you have a big dream. She's going for Rolex, and she's amazing. She's like top of her, I don't know what they call it, but in equestrian world. And I'm just scared. Every time I go there, I'm like, ah! Every time she does something. So, but she's, amazing at what she does, and she has the capability of fulfilling a huge dream. So I just kind of tell her, if this is your dream, don't ruin it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. And, we'll support her, and her father and I say that, we'll support you as long as you're staying in the lines, So, but yeah, I mean, now 16 is 21. It's the things they ask you, which they ask me more because I'm the stepmom. So I'm in the friend zone a little bit. So it's just I don't know if you should have asked me that. You should have asked your friend.
Why me?
Yeah,
why
and
me?
then I get later that night, and I'm with Brandon going, so I showed your daughter STDs on the phone. Maybe not a good decision, but he was good, you tell her. But it just worries me, so I always try and keep keep them focused on something they're good at to keep them out of trouble.
All positive.
Yeah.
And then the pictures of herpes.
And then the pictures are great.
Yeah. For sure. Do you ever go into, because this is what I would do if I was famous, go into a karaoke bar.
Oh.
And then you grab the microphone and then you like take off your disguise and you're like, it's me.
Oh, no,
and
wait.
then you start singing your own song?
Let me tell you why that doesn't work.
Okay.
I don't look like this. Like the nails come off, the weave comes out.
Right.
The Spanx come off. I don't wear makeup because I'm allergic to it. So like if I'm coming, you won't know it's me until I start singing.
You're like,
and then
guys,
they're
I
like,
swear it's me.
you know, you look like, and I'm like, man, I do. Okay. And then I just keep going. Like, which is kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Because like I have a normal life. Yeah.
So do you feel like you
People
have...
don't get it until I've like left, and then they're like,
Was that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you feel like you can go out and go to the grocery store and do stuff and...
yeah, I also live in Nashville, Tennessee.
So it's normal.
Nobody, yeah, it's not like an LA or New York thing.
Right.
Yeah, we don't have like paparazzi.
Oh, okay, that's
Nope.
nice. But then when you do, are you ever in other cities and it's like,
Yes.
people running after you?
It hasn't been like weird. I think because of my personality, people aren't like as, I don't know, I'm not like, people don't like really freak out or anything. Like, they're just like, oh my God. Like, it's almost like we're all in a bar and like we haven't seen each other in a while. Like, you're like, oh my God, we were that one time. I don't remember you, but it was too much to drink. But I don't know. People are different with me.
I love that though. How did you achieve that?
I don't know. I love it. I'm awesome because my life is awesome, and I always feel bad. I mean, I did whenever I was like, I don't know, around 24. I lived in and out of LA because I was working there so much. I think it's where you live too, like because that place was crazy. They'd chase you in your car, like, and I'd be like, I'm not Britney Spears, dude. I'm like, why are you? Nothing cool is happening in my crib. Like, I'm gonna go home. I might watch a movie. Nothing's happening. Like, so it's weird. They get really, but I think it's where I choose to live too. I've always either been in Texas or Tennessee.
Right. I think it's time for another audience question.
Okay.
This one comes with a drawing.
Oh, I can't.
Who is your most famous friend? It comes from Addison and Sylvia. Where are you guys?
I get asked this, and over here. Hey. I get asked this, but I'm like, I don't know. Okay, wait, you're 8. How old are y'all? She's 11. She doesn't want to. She's like, don't talk to me. She's like, I don't know you. I'm going to say because of your age. Okay, because I have different people in my phone that maybe you might not know or know. But I'm going to say probably for you, you're age 11. I mean, Demi or Blake Shelton. Demi or Blake, you know them, right? Mm-hmm. She's like, they're so cute. Oh my God, I've never been shy. I don't even know what that's like. People must love being around you. Because there's like breath and you can talk. No one can talk around me. Yeah. Did you see that? Did you see how I tried to pull it off a little bit? And I was like, no. It was not cool.
So what's it like, though? I mean, you've got to be backstage at all of these awards shows and just everywhere, and you see all these people, and you've got to be probably friends with all of them.
No, actually, I don't have very. I mean, I could name probably maybe 2 hands, but like I don't know that many people. You don't. I mean, you see each other in passing, but you don't like. You know, there's not like a famous barbecue like we all go to. Anything.
Oh, it's a famous person barbecue.
Yes, of course. They're always having. No, I run into people and it's more of like an acquaintance thing for the most part. I mean, you know, not with like Blake or not with, you know, certain people in your phone that you know, but
sure.
But for the most part, that was you, wasn't it?
That was the water bottle.
That was the bottle. It's always a shame when you try and do it again and it doesn't work.
I swear it was the bottle.
I'm sorry. You're welcome.
Wait. Oh, yeah, thank God. Thank God. Blake.
Good cover.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Blake Shelton, you are going to be on The Voice with him.
Congratulations. Yes, he and Adam.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
Yeah.
Like, oddly weird excited.
You've kind of been on the show before as a mentor,
I've
right?
been on a few times, yeah.
Okay. So then now when you're in the coach's chair, you get to do the fun turnaround thing.
Yes, I did it once because I was there recently doing some work there, and I got my 2 little ones happened to be with me, so they got in the chair with me, when I did my first turn. I was very excited. I just think it's the coolest idea, like the coolest concept of not being able to see people. And so once again, it's not, video killed the radio star. It's just like the radio star, like you're just hearing them.
Yeah.
And I love that, so.
Because the industry can be very judgy, and in that way
Well, and it leads us away from the sonics of it all. Sonically, like what you're hearing. Like you can be so moved, by something. So, I don't know. I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's going to be. There's still the other season that's starting now, and
Jennifer
then
Hudson and Miley are on. Yeah.
Right, and then so you'll be with Blake. You'll be with Adam.
Yes.
And then we don't know yet the other person.
No, we don't.
Okay.
I've already messed that up twice in an interview.
Oh no. Okay. Well, then who is it?
I can't. My husband will literally sprint from the back of this building.
Well, okay, he just perked up. He's like,
I know.
what?
He's like, do not say it again. I didn't know it was a secret. First of all, I thought everybody knew.
For sure.
Yeah, they didn't.
Okay, it's audience question time before another song. What was your biggest struggle in becoming a musician, and how did you overcome it? This one is from Cassie and Laura.
Being an artist is a struggle. Like only a few of us end up making it to the point that we wanted to make. So, like I was talking about my background singers, they're amazing. If you've ever seen the documentary 20 Feet from Stardom, that's these women. Like they're so talented, and it's just one of those things where you just don't know why. Like, beautiful, sounds amazing, better than 90% of what's on radio. Like, these individuals that are like, and then sometimes it just doesn't happen. So honestly, I just kept going and kept trying. And even before Idol, like I did background stuff, and I, did any audition like we all do. And you just really, everyone struggles until sometimes it hits, and sometimes it hits in a different way. And, because I've even had this talk with them, and they're like, well, we get to sing with a lot of different singers, too. It's amazing. You get to sing with these legends. They've all sung for, like, so many legends and go on these tours. And, it's pretty cool. It's however you want to look at it. Someone is getting arrested.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It is a rough day for that indiviul.
Yeah. They're coming for you.
Yes,
yeah.
They're coming for me. That would be amazing. They just showed up.
See you later,
Kelly. It would totally up my street cred.
Yeah. Yes.
Like I have any to begin. Yeah. But no, I don't know. It's kind of a struggle for everyone. It's that thing that, and I think what people need to realize, and I always tell artists that always talk to me, they're like, God, what happens? How do you hit? And I'm like, a lot of it is aligning of the stars. It's not that you're not that talented. It's not that you don't have what it takes. It's just a lot of it is hard work and timing. Mm-hmm. I always say accept whatever form it comes in, because it might be different than what you thought, but then you might meet the love of your life doing that, or you might have this job that gives you more time. Like it's hard for me. I have kids, and it's a lot harder for me because I'm constantly working. Well, my whole band gets vacation. They, we perform, and then they're off for 2 days, and then we perform again. So it's awesome to be those people as well. So I think everybody always tries to aim to be the lead singer, which is fun, but you still get to do all the same. They get to have fun with you and do the same stuff. So.
Yeah, exactly. So I know you've had a big day today. So this next audience question might already be on your mind. It comes from Tara and Becca.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who are twins?
Okay.
Oh my gosh. How close in age are you two?
2 years.
Okay, because I'm like, y'all look real similar. I mean, I don't look that much like my sister. I look a little like her, but yeah.
So they wanted to know red or white wine?
Red. No hesitation. And it's for the heart, y'all. That's the only reason why I do it. I'm just trying to save my heart. And my soul.
This one, what inspired you to be a singer? From your biggest fan ever, Serena.
Where's Serena? Who's my biggest fan ever? Did she leave? Oh, she's like, I left. Nice to see you. Look at your little camo. I love it. What inspired me to be a singer was the question. You know what? I think when you're a kid, and I didn't stand out in any specific way. I'm a very average, cool, but just average kind of girl. And so I think when you're a kid and you find something that people look at you and they go, well, you're doing that a little better than the others right there. Like you feel like you have something special. to you. So really, I was in junior high, and I found out I could sing. Somebody asked me to join choir, and I was like, this is for nerds. I was like, I play sports. Not anymore. But that sounds exhausting. But no, I ended up getting in choir, and it was just cool. It was, I think, for kids especially too, and for me specifically, it completely flooded within me confidence and a level of empowerment, just because you find something that you might stick out a little bit more than the others, it makes you feel special. So from that moment on, in junior high, I was like 13. I remember thinking, I don't know how I'll do it. I don't know if, I'll be a big star one day, but I just thought maybe I could do something with it, and maybe it was my gift. But I think that that's what really made me want to do it, is people turning, because you don't really know if you're good. I mean, we've all seen those American Idol episodes. When you're like, who told you? And they are not your friend. That is mean. And then the mom's standing out there and they're like, you just don't know my baby. And it's like, I'm like, first of all, how did I not get that mom? I got the mom going, could have done better. And I'm like in there nailing it, I feel like. The other girl's mom is like, you don't know my baby. Maybe that's why I'm better than my mom. But I think that's what made me want to be a singer, though, just finding that empowerment from it. So, and confidence. Because junior high is an awkward age. Are you in junior high yet? You're too young. I'm so sorry. It's going to suck. It is. Find some good friends. I had 4 or 3 other girlfriends. There were 4 of us. But you really need to find some good friends, because junior high is like war. It was for me. Junior high in a small town is so bad.
Junior high is the tough one.
Acne, glasses, braces.
All of it.
This isn't in yet, but everybody else's are. I mean, not me, obviously. But no, it's just an awkward time. Then you start smelling. Everything is weird.
It all happens then.
So, and you're like, what?
Yeah, enjoy.
Enjoy junior high. It's going to be awesome. Going to love it. The level of musicianship on this album is incredible. So we're going to showcase that on the road. So I'm very excited.
And when might that be happening?
After The Voice.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, it's like, I don't know if y'all have seen that schedule, but I have. Yeah, it's we're going up and pretty much till, I guess, spring of next year. So then we're hoping to do a world tour after that, because I love this album. And I feel like it's a great album to listen to, especially on vinyl. But I think that coming to see it live is just a completely different, certain music just comes alive.
For sure. Some artists you might hear on the radio or on a CD or whatever, MP3, and you think, oh, they're okay. But then you see them live and you're like, I get it now.
You know what? That happened to me with, that's going to sound bad. But no, I have loved Annie Lennox my whole life. I love listening to her. I've thought she's just such a powerhouse. And just real and raw and cool. But it was like years ago, and I was in London, and they said, oh, Annie's playing this thing, and I was exhausted, and there was just no days off, and I was like, I don't know, I'm so tired. I was like, and I love Annie Lennox, but I don't know, I've never seen her live. Like, I don't know if that would really be my thing. Like, and I mean, to tell you, it's the greatest show I have ever seen. And there was nothing going on. It was like her with a microphone stand, her singers, her band, and then she has this amazing way of captivating to her. Like, she brings the person to the back. She doesn't try and project to you. She brings you into her. I was floored. I cried. I cried at everything. But I did. I was just like, and then I kind of left half inspired and half like I should probably quit. Because it's never going to be like that.
You listen to music differently after you probably listen to that album differently now.
Oh my gosh. I was an Annie fan, but I became like a diehard Stage 5 clinger. She probably doesn't want to run into me kind of thing. Because I'm just going to be like, blah, 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 germ. But yeah, no, she's just so rad. And as a human too, she always does the right thing, always is for some great causes, and just a cool human. You know?
Well, speaking of cool human,
it's
been so great to talk with you.
Thank you so much. It's awesome.